They say good things come to those who wait. Well, guess I'm gonna be at least an hour late. You've been so good to me, allow me to demonstrate. Hey, real loving, you don't have to wait. Now come closer, yeah. You pick me up, keep me up when I'm feeling under. When I'm feeling undone. Oh secret, oh secret, oh secret. You're the one I've been keeping. You are the one, yeah.
Welcome to Doek and Ty. It's another episode, another Sunday, or depending on when you're going to see this. You know, I've always wondered how many times I've said that. I just want to go back on the episodes and read, okay? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do you think has done it more, like the intro, the welcome? Is it you or me?
You.
Why?
Because you're out there.
No, but so, most of the time, I got one, okay, introduce, let's go. She's like, no, you do it. Right?
No.
So if it's your first time here, my name is Kylie. This is my wife, Bonang.
Guys.
This is my beautiful, gorgeous, most beautiful wife in the world, Bonang. We go by Doek and Ty. She's Doek, I am Ty. Welcome to our platform. Thank you for being here, and we hope you come back, right? So, babe, I always wanted to ask you something, right? Okay. What do you think is the hardest thing about shooting videos with your husband? Doing this together? Because I have my pain points, I also have my upsides. So I want to hear from you. What's the hardest thing about doing this?
Living with you.
Okay, yeah, cool. That's one thing. Yeah.
The hardest part.
Living with me. Should I tell you mine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank God. I never thought it would get here. So, the pain point of doing this every week, right? There are times when you try to shoot multiple episodes per week, but because I don't want to say we're the busiest people in the world, because I feel like when presidents are busy, you know, people with nuclear codes are busy,
yeah.
Minister of Finances are busy, doctors are busy. We just have routines in our lives. I don't want to say we're busy. Every time somebody says they're busy, it sounds, I don't know the English word.
You feel like the important.
Hey, you feel like I don't know why. Nobody's busy, guys.
You're busy.
Honest, no. Nobody is busy. You make time for whatever you want to make time for. But I want more thing. You know what? I'm so busy. Anyway,
What thing?
No.
Already must pass over one.
No, there's nobody who's busy. That's just me.
People who are busy.
So,
yes.
not to deflect. Megere, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about what's difficult about making content with my wife, right? Hey, in homes, like husband and wives, girlfriends and boyfriends, spouses, partners,
Wow.
They fight. They get into arguments, right? We do too. So you can imagine if we had like a fight and then I'm like, yo, let's go shoot. Bora looks at me like I'm crazy. What are you shooting? Why? I got it. I'm not sitting down. I am not talking. Actually, I always wanted to ask you, why do women like summoning men to sit down to talk?
It's not summoning, huh?
Because I begin to say hello, like, yo, can you come here so that we talk? I'm like, no, let's just talk. Now. I don't need to sit down for us to have a conversation. But I'm like, no, that's disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful to the person you're talking to. I'm like, whether we can still have the same conversation, but my wife doesn't feel that's the case. So that's point number one. Wait, baby. I'm still going through my points.
No. Let me just respond to this one point, because I feel like how
Okay.
Do you
see it's happening right now?
Do you know how when you talk to someone, you drop down to the same level? You drop down to the same level so that you're at the same eye level, sort of. It is for that very purpose that when someone says, let's sit down and talk, because why is mafuko amatho. So what that that basically means is that having a conversation, when we have a conversation, it's better to have a conversation face to face, really bad, because why? There's so many elements there's so many underlying elements. Having a conversation really bad helps to reveal. There's facial, there's like gestures and facial expressions. Yes. Okay. So that's why.
No, here's my thing. I'm a pacer. So sometimes when I'm sitting down, a conversation that you have with me, conversation that you have with me, the responses that I'm going to give you, they're different from when I'm pacing and actually trying to apply myself and stretching my mind, right? But that's neither here nor there, baby. That was point number one. It's difficult. If we're having arguments, it becomes difficult to shoot. And then number two, whenever Bonang says, why? I'm like, we don't have a contract that we can tie. There's no like contractor can whip out and say, you see, you signed here on the dotted line. You have to make a video every week. The only contract that exists between us is the marriage one. And the marriage one doesn't say anything about shooting content. Yeah, so those are my pinpoints. I've been meaning to talk about that for a while.
It only elaborates on assets and liabilities.
Imagine. Yeah, so that's it. No contract here. She's a freelancer. I'm freelancing as well for Doek and Ty. So sometimes it gets a little rough. Yeah.
Anywho, you never thanked our subscribers.
Thank you.
That's it.
You're welcome.
Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. Thank you to everyone who's liked the page on Facebook. We are very happy to have you here at and on today's episode,
wait. Before you get there. Wait. YouTube road to 1,000. So yes, road to 1,000. We're nearing 50 episodes, or by at least 55 or 1,000. And on Facebook, I think it's road to maybe 3,000. So yes, thank you so much. Yeah, go on.
It's gone.
It's gone. Now you were saying on today's episode. Whoa. I forgot the stick of truth.
So on today's episode, we wanted to talk about
stick of truth.
Things that we get asked as a married couple that sometimes can be quite uncomfortable or unpleasant. Yes. Yes. So you start.
So if you're new to this channel, this is called the stick of truth. Whoever has it gets to speak. That's why I want you to hold it, all one, because every time we put it across,
it's blocking me.
No, you don't like it.
I like putting it across.
I think this is a hippo.
Yes.
You can see this. It's a hippo. One of my favorite animals. Ginormous. What's the other word for big animals? It's not energetic. It's
Really?
What's the other word? Describing like elephants and giraffes.
Majestic.
It's the majestic hippo stick, aka the stick of truth. So I'll hold it. But yeah, no, you're supposed to hold it when you're speaking.
Go on. Answer the question.
You're supposed to hold it.
Answer the question.
Okay, I'll put it across. Questions that are asked a lot as a married man.
That sometimes get to you.
Okay, the sometimes gets to me part is a little, because I'm quite a talkative person, I'm open, I converse very easily. Like I can converse with somebody I meet, I've met in the last 5 minutes. I converse them at the maybe same level or same energy and same dedication as this person that I've met maybe 10 or 15 years ago, right?
Okay.
So questions that are asked a lot, they don't necessarily get to me per se.
Okay.
But maybe number one would be, how did you know she was the one? How did you know you wanted to get married? I think those are interchangeable, right? It's the same thing. Right? How did I know? I had no idea. Clueless. Nothing. Right? Puba, why won't they do you feel some type of way about that answer?
No.
That's what I ask. I think that's like top one question that I get asked a lot. How did I know I was ready to get married at such a young age? How did I know she was the one? I'm like, hey guy, that thing was just a decision. I sat down, looked at my life. I'm like, okay, what am I trying to take this thing? You know, it's like chess. What am I trying to take it in the next 5-10 years? What would make me happier? What would complete my life more? A life partner, mother of my kids, you know. I was at that age in my life where I needed to make very executive decisions about where my life is going in the next 5-10 years, right? That's how I think about it. Like, life is all about choices, making decisions. Yeah, Bonan, I got butterflies when we spoke and stuff, right? All that nice stuff. But I'm not a guy to emphasize more, no, butterflies, or anything like that. That's nice, right? That's nice, great and nice. But at the end of the day, you have to make decisions. I'm a big believer in making decisions. For okay, sit down, introspect. Why am I trying to go? Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve? So for me, that's why I decided. It might not be for everyone. Like, I wouldn't necessarily encourage everybody to get married young. Some people, when they're 25, they still need to find themselves and introspect more and just establish who they are. But I think I was lucky enough to I've always had like an old soul, right? Even at tender ages of being a teenager, right? I've always kind of been in touch with myself. Not saying that I didn't mess up, I wasn't learning, I wasn't a child. I was all of those things, but deep down, I've always had like that thing of, okay, why are you trying to take this thing in the next 5-10 years? Sometimes when I look back, I feel like I was too dramatic, right? I just never was chilled and had fun. Not necessarily had fun, but okay. I'm diverting. I'm diverting. But yes, how did I know she was the one? How did I know I was ready to get married? Decisions. I decided that I was ready. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the one question? I think I know your question. You don't know your boat.
Questions I get asked. When are you guys having kids?
Ah, yes. The golden one.
Ish.
When
we can afford it.
Now, that won't work because I've seen you, I've seen your lifestyle from an observer point of view. Like, I've seen how you move. I would just tell you, I think you can afford a baby, bro. From maybe first impressions.
First impressions, looking at me, you think I can afford
a baby? Just looking at you from the outside, I'm like, you guys can afford a baby or 3 babies or 4 babies, you're fine. Go ahead and have babies, right? Yeah. But is that the honest truth? Do you say that because you feel like it's the one answer that can sort of shut somebody up, or do you genuinely feel that's like the answer?
I genuinely want to be at a certain place financially before we have kids. There are certain things that I would want for my kids. So I feel like in order to be able to give those things to them, I need to be at a certain place financially. I don't want to, when it gets tough financially and it's just the two of us and we soldier through, but
we can drink water if we don't have anything.
But if it gets super tough and there's like a mini Bokamoso out here with his big head asking me, Hore mommy, why can't I get this?
You look like it's choking you.
Yeah, so that's honestly the reason why, but it gets quite, it's a very weird question to be asked, and I think people should consider the fact that there are some couples who might not want to have kids. So asking them such a question could be a bit invasive. And there are couples who might be having issues with getting pregnant or issues with fertility. So asking such a question could also be insensitive. And there are couples who are able to what's the word? Is the word conceive?
Conceive, yeah. But not carry.
But not carry to term. So I feel like ever since I've watched not necessarily documentaries, but I've seen people come out and talk about their experiences with having kids, and some are not so pleasant. And ever since I've known about some of those things, I've become more aware, and the question started to bug me a bit because the person asking might be innocently asking, but they're causing you, the person being asked, a bit of pain or a bit of discomfort. So from then on, I'd rather just not be asked when I'm having kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You shall see them.
Ratawabi's on the channel like, yo,
Then you know that there's a mini Bukamosa around, a mini Bona. Yeah.
Yeah, I get asked that question also. I think mostly by my family. Don't know what they tend to ask. When are you having kids and friends as of late?
Oh,
right?
dad, yo.
Yeah, dad. Hey, Papa now would say like, yo, okay, kana. Bo wanna give a guy. That's what they normally say, right? Yeah. But you know what? Nansaram is different from yours.
That's what?
Right? Because we didn't rehearse our answer or anything.
Wow, you want us to rehearse?
Maybe we should rehearse and have like a common ground, right? My answer is always, guys, but my wife is only 24.
I'm 25.
I know. You only turned 25 this year again. So that's always been my go-to answer. Guys, have you seen my wife? She's only 24. So, but, yeah, I think Ronahari Bua between us, it aligns because when getting married, the number one thing on the list was not to have kids, right?
To spend time together.
Yeah, you want to travel. I think those are top two things. You want to acquire certain things, live like the soft life before having kids.
Yeah.
So those are maybe top five of the reasons why we got married together, right? So yeah, that's just the honest truth. There's still a lot of jollying that's going on. There's still a lot of traveling. That's like we have so many places we want to visit. And having kids, this is not to say that if you have kids you can't travel, you can't jog.
Yeah.
You can, but we just feel we're more comfortable doing those things before we have kids, right?
Yes, while we're younger.
Yeah, and then the minute we have kids, we know we can settle down. If we can go to Paris, we're like, cool, but we've seen that place. Eiffel Tower hasn't moved, same color, really rusty. It's probably rusted by now.
Wow.
So we wanna. That's where we wanted to take it. Like kids were never really a top priority, but I understand it in our culture. Immediately after you get married, you're kind of expected to have kids, like the next natural step. So once you deviate from that normally, it becomes you start getting a lot of questions, right? Yeah. So our kids will come when they come. After we get back from Paris and Italy and Cape Town.
Always to Phuket.
Phuket as well. And go back to Bali for the second time. Yeah. Yeah. So that's that, right? And then what
questions do you get asked?
No, babe,
One
that
more question.
was your question, and then I took it as well because I get asked again.
One more question. Make it snappy.
What other question do I get? Oh, I get asked a lot about sex. So if you are like under 18, you might want to. Oh, our parents watch this. So if they're watching this, you want to skip this part. We get asked about sex a lot as a married couple. How often do you do it? Where do you do it? Has it changed?
Wow.
Is it the same position over and over since you guys met till now?
Who asks you such?
My friends.
Yo.
Yeah, I get asked about sex. Like, hey, married guy, especially when I go to sessions. Like, hey, dude, you're only like, how old am I now?
28.
28. You're only 28.
I think the issue with some of your friends that I know, the main issue is like one person for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's a big thing for guys.
Yeah.
I think even for some women. Yeah, you know what my answer is always?
What?
These issues are beyond you. I cannot discuss my marital affairs with unmarried men or unmarried young men. That's always my answer. Right? Only after you get married can we have that discussion. Yeah, but that's not always my response. I say that jokingly, but it's also true. Like as a married man, you don't want to go out and sort of air your laundry, right, in public. But because they're my friends and I genuinely believe in love, I believe in marriage, I believe in the family. I believe a family is a stepping stone to, building a community, building a nation, and making the world a better place. I believe like the family is the cornerstone of every civilization, right? So to encourage them, dude, if you like what you like. After getting married, why stop doing what you like? I mean, I don't go into detail or position change every 10 minutes, switch. I don't go into gory details about it, but I just tell them, well, it is what it is. Marriage is work. You have to put in the work for it to be interesting, right? I don't know if I can compare it to Minecraft. I've had a lot of people play Minecraft, but my understanding of Minecraft is you constantly have to build things to make the game interesting. So it's the same as marriage. If you don't put in the effort, if you don't build it, what you put in is what you get out. Yeah, if you don't invest your time, your energy, your love, your passions, then you're going to get exactly that out. So the more that you invest into it, the more fruits that it gives you. So that's what I always tell my friends. Yeah?
You reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow, yes. Yeah, so that's, I think, top 3 questions that I get asked. Yeah. Do you girls ever ask you about like sex after marriage and stuff? No? Hey, sleepover on. Yeah. Rati, I need you to ask.
My friends are more interested in
Oh, okay. Yeah. Guys, I need you to ask one tougher questions.
Which unfortunately is not something you're allowed to divulge.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you want to know, get married and call me, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me piggyback off there, right?
Yeah.
So what do you normally say when your friends ask you how bunch of wisdom around you? How do you normally answer that question? I know you said it, but can you expound on it?
Normally I don't really divulge like word for word like what people say, but I just tell them that they give you advice on marriage and how to go on with marriage.
Okay,
that's it.
That's fair, because I feel I get that question as well sometimes, but not a lot. If you tell somebody word for word, then you're kind of robbing them of the opportunity to anticipate it on that day, because I think it's one of those things that you had to anticipate when you are getting married or you're being prepped to be given away to your new family. Or anticipate the yeah, so if you tell somebody word for word, okay, you're kind of robbing them of that experience. And then the second thing, I think it's different across cultures, right?
Yes.
If you are Kalanga, hope you are something else. If you are hope you are saying they're bound to say certain things that apply normally to maybe that culture. I know our cultures are different, but kind of the same or similar, but it's also custom to your culture. Yeah. What other question do I get asked?
In closing.
It's in closing. How many questions are we doing? I thought we were going to do 10, but the thing is we talk a lot. Bonang talks more than I do, and then this thing will become like an hour.
The thing is we're losing lights.
We have a ring light here.
We're losing light. It's not plugged.
You can plug in the ring light and use it.
Should
Okay.
I go get it and plug it?
Nah, it's okay. We'll just wrap it up so that it's not too long. We can continue it if they want to hear more about it, right? Another question that I get asked is, how do we deal with finances, right? Onela mosadi bokahe, I know that onela madi, I'll tell our becha, boka he, boka he. You see now, babe.
Hi.
Kimokurus, okay? Anyway, that's what my friends ask me. How does the betching thing happen after you're married? How do you now deal with money? Is it different from when you were dating? What's in time, right? Around that.
Can I answer that?
No, babe, this is my question. No.
Come on.
Baby.
Can I answer it? Can I answer
you can piggyback off my question. Yeah. No, wait. Go with that.
Okay, fine.
Can I tell people that you get like 25K?
Got the 25K. Wow, guys. Wow, I wish.
Wait, you wish?
I wish.
Really? No, my answer is this. Also, if you... Another way was doing this is hopefully questions that we get asked a lot. These are things that you might also be curious about, right? We speak mostly about them on this channel, but it doesn't have to go over them again. So my answer is always the same. Finances are approached differently by different couples. I took the time out before getting married to try and inquire as much as possible. As much as finances are very private and very close to people's hearts, but people that are close enough to me, because you guys are one, you share a bed, you share everything. Do you also share the monies, right? How does that work? And then I got to learn, you know what, it's different from Jartas Mama and Jartas Mama.
You make the rules.
It's done differently. Kwalahone is done differently. So you have to look across board and decide what works for you as a couple. There are people by if let's say you're working, I'm working, we continue with our finances. Okay, at the end of the month, we both contribute maybe 20,000, for example, to run the household. You pop out 20K, I pop out 20K, and then we invest in whatever, school fees, mortgage, car payments, all of, right? And then I know households, it's mostly whoever gets the most money handles the bigger bills, and then who gets the less money, like the softer things, like groceries and stuff.
Hey, the groceries are not soft.
No, babe, I don't want to get into... I'm just giving examples of how different families do it, right? And then let me come to ours now.
No, but thank you for mentioning the groceries. Groceries are not soft.
It was just an example.
Groceries are
soft. Groceries compared to a mortgage, you'd say groceries soft. That's where it's coming from, right?
Groceries are not
I know. Let me come to ours. So... I don't feel too violated when I share finances or how we do things. I might not necessarily share figures, right? But I share what our system is. What's Bonang's is mine. What's mine is Bonang. So Rona more thing, or Bona makes this much from her side hustle, or Bokamso makes this much from his side hustle, right? Everything is in the family. So whatever I acquire, or my will to acquire, it comes home. Whatever one gets comes home. And then we sit down and like a board, board type of kotla type of vibes. And then we decide, okay, this month, what are we prioritizing, right? Or even before then, there's like an annual general meeting that we do. We've talked about this on the channel. If you haven't seen it, go back to episodes somewhere in December, January. We talked about our general AGMs and why it's important to have those. So we sit down and prioritize every year. Okay, this year we're getting 1, 2, 3 done, and then we break it down monthly. Okay, monthly we're gonna spend this much on groceries, car payments if there are any car payments to be made, mortgages if there are any mortgages to be paid. So that's how we function, right? Different from other people, different from other families, but that's fine. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat, go with that. With Abara, you're yawning a lot. Yeah.
My eyes hurt.
So
yes, so like I was saying, so I like the system. I thought of something Maloba Ibile when I watched a drama a while back, and in the drama the kid has her mom's card, and she calls it mom's card. So she had like a short nickname for the card, like Mamka or something, like mom's card. So I thought about it, Maloba, because sometimes I have my husband's card, and I thought, what should I name this?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna nickname the card.
Wow, babe. Okay.
Whenever I get Namusai, like a Hub's card.
Yeah.
Hubka.
Hubka. That works.
Hub card.
I'm gonna name your card as well. What do you mean? I got no mention to him. So I think we'll keep it at that, right? I think we did about 3 questions, but we elaborated them in detail. And for one day, we're gonna make these episodes in about like an hour. I'm rooting for that, but Bonan doesn't like it, so we try to keep them 30 minutes or less, right?
Yes.
So those are some of the questions that we get asked. Maybe in some of these episodes, we'll go into details about. A lot of people have been wanting us to talk about sex a lot, be more open about sex. So maybe an episode.
For our 50th episode, we wanted to do sort of a Q&A.
Is it sort of or a Q&A?
We wanted to do a Q&A. So in order to do the Q&A, we then need everybody to submit questions.
Questions.
Yes. So if we receive enough questions, then we will be able to do the Q&A. If not, then for our 50th episode, we will do something else.
Yeah. How do they get questions to us?
So you can leave the questions in the comments. You can leave you can either send us a direct message. You can use the Instagram page. So whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
Any method.
I think we'll run like a poll on both the Facebook page and the Instagram page as well for it. Ask me anything. You see that little box?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that as well. So a big shout out for everybody who checked out the episode. We appreciate all the support.
And last but not least,
I know you have a little something you want to do. Where's your thing? Baby, it's a one.
What is why?
It's contraband, bro.
What's contraband?
Keep it on the low.
What is wrong with you? So we wanted to wish a very special someone a happy birthday today.
Yeah.
She is a subscriber and a follower of Doek and Ty. So we wanted to wish her a very happy birthday. It's her birthday this Sunday.
Happy birthday. Yes. What's the person's name?
She goes by I'm baby B __ on Instagram. Yes. So
nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Do you wanna sing?
I know, I'm a bad singer. But we wish you well.
We wish you very well.
How old are they, Chen?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Baby, it's just age.
15.
15. Oh, wow.
She's so young.
Yeah.
When
but it's good that she's on this channel.
there's a whole 10-year age gap between us. You guys
I feel
are old.
Happy birthday, happy 15th birthday. Unicorns, cakes. Get that iPhone 12 XX Max 250 GB. What else?
512 GB.
What else do you
enjoy your day?
routines like?
I hope that you have a very memorable day that's filled with lots of memories, lots of laughter, lots of candy. Well, I like chocolate. I hope you do too. Yes.
10 years already. Disconnect me, Anna. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Doek and Ty. I'll see you guys next week.
They say good things come to those who wait.